We are Friederike and Karina, and the good thing we have in package is that we're going to make you travel a little bit. We're going to make you travel to a very warm place. So you really need a lot of imagination to get there, maybe because it's a bit cold here. So we're going to take you to Togo, to West Africa. And I've been living there for the past 5 years, and it's my first Berlin winter days right now. So I'm struggling a little bit, and I really admire all of you guys who do that every day since quite some weeks already. So Minodu is a community project in Togo. Minodu means let's work together, let's be together in Mina, which is one of the languages spoken in the south of Togo, also in the capital Lomé. So Togo is in between Benin and Ghana. It's in the, in West Africa. And I would like to, No, already? No, nee, noch nicht. I would first of all like to wake you up a little bit, so ask you a few questions. Who of you owns a smartphone? Please raise your hands. I think everyone, okay. You even showed your smartphone, thank you, Ines. And who of you is using their smartphone to get information? It's a very broad question. Who of you uses their smartphone to be a member of a community? So it might be a social network, a WhatsApp group, or whatever. I think it's also everyone, or almost everyone. Maybe somebody didn't pay attention. So quite a homogenic picture. And we would like to take you to Togo now, and to some projects we already did there. So you see some pictures just to get an impression. So we worked with rural women and developed different local networks with them, or familiarize them with different technologies, because most of them don't read and write. So it was very challenging and super interesting. You can go to the next one, please. So just to take you there, so we also did lots of talks with communities and talked about their link to technology, what they would like to have, etc., etc. Next one. This is also like, I think that's my favorite picture. It's different women from a cooperative we've been working with, who are really in touch with technology for the first time, you could say. That was super interesting. And yeah, we worked with Raspberry Pis. So all of that looks really good, I think. I hope you agree. But at the end, we always had to say, okay, it was interesting for the duration of the project, but once the project was over, the community network also broke down. So that was quite frustrating. And that brings us to the main next question, that maybe it's really a design challenge, and maybe many digital projects are just not designed well enough, because we are going there when like projects in that development context are designed, we're going there with our mindset. So we think everybody has a smartphone, everybody uses it to get information and to be part of a community. But what we often forget is that the approach to the link to technology is very different, and that we have to take that into account. And what we're doing now is also designing the very first contact with technology differently. So we're working on like a design methodology that enables local students to go into the villages and do the needs assessment and build the technologies themselves. So we're always only a backup. We've always been that before as well. So we never went there. We always did a very eye-to-eye, very accessible project design. And what we're doing now is also developing and building up a toolbox that brings design thinking, so to say, to a different level, or a design method that is adapted to the context, because that's always lacking. And I've really seen so many different digital projects that have just been another well, so to say, because when you're talking about development cooperation, also in a post-colonial sense, you always have that image of wells that are being built that nobody needs. And we don't need more digital wells as well. And I've seen many, many digital wells, and Minodu is supposed to be different and not another digital well. And Friederike is going to tell you more about our ideas on the technical side.
Yes, I would tell you more about our technological challenge. So a big question is, do we need to influence the sub-Saharan society with more technological transfer from the Western society? And in our opinion, or in the main opinion, the technologies in the Western society are often developed only for the Western societies and for the needs of these societies and the social cultural context of these societies. So what we need to do is to develop a technology which is adapted on the needs and the social cultural context of the Togolese culture and of the Togolese society. And so in our prior project, Minodu, you didn't talk about this project now? Yeah. Our prior project, we developed local community networks in Lomé, the capital of Togo, and this was a DIY networking approach. So we used the prior project of Minodu. It was called MASI, all projects with M, MASI, Minodu, Minodu. So, and in this MASI project, they developed a DIY networking toolkit where communities can create their own local community network. And with a local community network, they're independent from the internet, from the big internet. And for example, in Togo, this internet is really expensive. And so a lot of people don't have access to this internet. And yes, with our local community network approach, the communities can exchange their data, they are independent of the internet and so on. But I don't want to talk too much about local community networks because we are over time and we are all hungry. So at the end of our presentation, we have further links where you can inform yourself about our prior project and read our journal article, and also have a look at our prior project blog. What I will show you briefly is our technological approach. So we have in the middle the local community network, which consists on a single board computer, on wireless communication and data. These data are in our case local knowledge, academic research, and maybe sensor data. And on the top of this network, we have the community. And the community are in our case subsistence farmers in the north of Togo, in Kara. And they will have access via their access devices. This could be smartphones, because in Togo, of course, each person has smartphones too. And they also use radios, for example, their tablets, laptops, and so on. So we have to evaluate which devices the communities are using, forget which informations, and which media formats are able to transfer this knowledge to the community. So what we want to reach is to have a knowledge transfer regarding to agriculture context in between the subsistence farmers and the academic research regarding this topic via our local community network. So I think it's a big topic. If you're interested, you can contact us. And here you see the QR codes. You can scan our prior project. You can have access to our project blog. And the most important thing is our project will start in March. So in 1 month, and we have a 4-year research project. We will be funded by the Federal Ministry of Education and Research. So we have a very good funding, and we are looking for students. So if you know someone so students who are looking for a job and want to work in a really nice team and speaking French. This would be the best, yes. Then please contact us. We are looking for two student workers. So yes, thank you. I think this was a really quick presentation.
Yeah, and maybe just to formulate it in a nutshell once again. So what we ultimately try to do is really to co-design a technology and to co-design access to knowledge, because what we often see is that technology that is being deployed is very passive. So you just go there and consume, and it's designed in a way that is totally not fitting the needs of the community. So what we really try to do is to move to a co-design, but as we know the realities on the ground, we also know that we need to take a long time to really co-develop methodologies and to equip the students we're working with on the ground from the University of Kara in Togo to have the methodological knowledge to go there and to design with us. Because if you try to co-design, but the others are not, don't have the same knowledge of design techniques as you have, you're always going to leave them behind, and you're going to realize it often only at the very end. So we want to avoid that mistake. Thank you very much.
Okay.